Hey witches, welcome back to the channel. Once again, this is Hectarios, Witch of the Realms. For today's video, I just wanted to go ahead and do a little makeup thing. I don't even know. Another makeup video, basically. Not a pro by any means. But I just wanted to play with makeup again and share. But other than that, I do want to talk about something that came to my mind the other day. For some reason, I was thinking of selling your soul at the crossroads. I don't know why, that just popped into my mind the other day. But the twist is that it came to my mind as a metaphor. We all know the mythos of selling your soul to the devil at a crossroads in order to get fame or fortune or something like that, some kind of success in some regard. And, you know, that's like an old trope or an old, tale and warning almost as well in the folktale sense. However, metaphorically, the idea came to me that selling your soul to the devil at the crossroads can symbolically represent something altogether different. Selling your soul to the devil at the crossroads can also be seen metaphorically, okay? Because we have the idea of reaching a crossroads in our lives, reaching a crossroads in our career. A crossroads can represent a time in our lives, okay? It can represent a time in our career, a time in the evolution of our life, okay? So it could represent a time period. It can represent a point where you have to make a choice, where you have to make a decision. The crossroads can represent that symbolically. It doesn't have to be a physical place, right? It can be a metaphorical, symbolic place that we are, that we go to, that we reach in our lives, in our paths. And selling your soul to the devil at that crossroads can metaphorically represent the decision that you make when you reach that crossroads in your life. The decision to stay true to yourself, stay true to your ideals, stay true to your own soul, right? Or to give that up, to take on something else that isn't true to yourself in order that you think that you will gain some sort of greater success or greater fortune by doing so. So selling your soul at the crossroads metaphorically can represent this as well. Becoming a sellout, right? Losing the sacredness of your own individuality, of your own soul individuality. Giving that up, sacrificing that, selling it to adopt all of these other things that you think will make you more successful or more fortunate. So that idea came to me and I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's not really that much of a video or anything. This is something I'm more or less just tagging on to this makeup video to give it a little bit more substance and a little bit more food for thought. So think about that, meditate on it, and consider that, some of these folk tales have a deeper meaning if we look at it. It doesn't have to be the literal meaning of the folk tale. It can be something a little bit more deeper and a little bit more food for thought when it comes to that. It's the idea, it's giving up your morals, giving up everything that makes you true to yourself and true to your soul, selling that out for success or for some sort of gain, and also thus then enslaving yourself to a false version of yourself and maybe even to someone else's ideals, someone else's morals and things like that. You don't want to do this. This is a bad thing. And I do think that this is something that happens to celebrities a lot of the time. They sell their soul, they sell their capability to be true to themselves in order to gain success, right? And in so doing that, they're giving up their control, they're giving up their autonomy of their self-expression and of the truth of their soul in order to become the voice of something else. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's a bad thing to do. It's definitely detrimental, and I think that's also why so many celebrities are into drugs, like hardcore drugs, and go down all these dark paths with their lives. They're very self-destructive a lot of the time, and I think it's because of this at the core of it. And this can happen in many ways. It can be, the most obvious one is selling your soul for fame and fortune, but it could also be in relationships. It could be just in your work, in your career in general. There's many different areas and ways where you can come to a crossroads in your life, or a choice that you need to make, or a decision where you give up, you sacrifice yourself, you sacrifice your own truth in order to walk a path that's actually not for you. Walk down a path of self-sacrifice and not being true to yourself in that regard. I think that this can happen a lot in relationships too. Staying in a relationship that's toxic, that isn't good for you, where the other person is abusive or anything like that. That is also, in a sense, selling your soul to the devil, because you are enslaving yourself to something that's not good for you in that regard and in that sense. I think this could happen in work and career and business. If you are hired by a company or something, or you're moving up in promotion in some business, and you have to sacrifice your own ideals and morals and things like that in order to reach a certain level or position. So there's just different ways that this can manifest, and the devil symbolically can be represented by many different things that you enslave yourself to, that you give over your autonomy, you give over your control, you give over your sense of living your truth to these things. And to a large degree, that's what the devil card in the tarot also represents. Everything what I'm saying now, the devil card represents that. So I just figured I would talk about this and share it with you guys. But yeah, that's basically all for this video. Let me know what you think. Do you think that selling your soul at the crossroads is a literal thing? Or do you think it is more metaphorical, like I'm talking about here? I would love to know you guys' opinions and what you have to say about it. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next videos. As always, until next time, hail to the witches, hail Hecate, hail to the fairies, and blessed be.